to give godly support. That's a provider for me. And if I can, just like God, I'm going to my provider. I have this, and then God is not going to be like, okay, I'm not going to deal with that right now. He provides me his answers, and he provides me his love.
Yes.
And that's the thing, sometimes my mind always is going, and a lot of times I don't talk to him. I hold it in because I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm stuff is going on. He's not going to be able to fix it. But how do I know he's not going to be able to fix it unless I give it to him and be like, look, I need, because he'll tell me in a minute. He was like, what do you have on your mind? What are you stressing about?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, knowing I'm lying, be like, nothing. You like, oh, okay. I mean, he's provided his openness for me to be open to him and honest.
Oh, gosh. Come on, a different spin on us now. What?
Yes, and that's a provider. A provider ain't always going out and getting money.
You're supposed to be able to be soft enough to come to your lady like that. It ain't got to be just straight hardcore the whole time. Like, a real protector is somebody that understands the person that they have to protect. And the only way you understand the people you got to protect is when you take your shoes off real quick. And that's the main thing. I feel like a lot of men, my granddaddy was that man where he on the outside seemed like a grizzly bear, but really he was a gummy bear. He was soft and as sweet as he wanted to be, but the way he laid his law, the way he moved himself, the way his character was to people in the community, it was like, you don't play with Alton Jones, don't play with his kids, don't play with his grandkids, because he ain't nobody that you play with. And that's how, as a man, you supposed to have that. And it's not about physicality. It's not about what you're going to do to somebody if they don't respect your family. It's how you've already carried yourself out there in the world with somebody knowing how to step to you like that already.
Do you see it in today's society?
Yeah, I mean, I see it. I still see it, especially that in like the Christian circles.
Okay.
I do see a lot of, I guess, I don't know, traditional marriages that you see back in the day, stuff like that. But I do see, like, new age marriages, like more, and it's awesome. I love it. So really, my thought is like, whatever the couple decides about, like, roles in the marriage, ultimately is up to them, honestly. So me personally, like, no task in a relationship is off limits. Like, I'm not gonna turn my head up to or roll my eyes if my wife says, hey, can you, like, help me out with the cleaning, or can you cook dinner tonight? I'm like, oh, you clean. I'm not gonna do that. Like,
you want to be the head, you gotta provide what God given to you, and if you ain't going to Him to get it, then how you gonna do that? I mean, everything ain't protecting with a weapon. You got spiritual warfare too. Yeah, man. So
Yes.
it's more expensive, to answer your question.
Yes. And you made mention earlier about spirit in my prayer. You the pray man, okay? But I don't know. I don't know every time prayer mentions the Bible, but every time you think about prayer night, think about Obi. Pray. The hat sometimes. I should have had one of your hats on, like,
It's all good.
I do about pray before Obi. Why Obi keep coming to my mind every time I gotta pray? But listen, a brother, a man can never underestimate the power of his provision and protection if he knows how to pray.
Notice the marriage rate is low. People are not getting married because they're not willing to help. People are not getting married because they feel like it's a game. Society, social media, all this stuff has become so toxic They have removed all of the morals and values away from what the institution was that God had created. So the help me, they're not helping, they're just taking.
I know nowadays it's hard for men to be men. I know I know one of our guys from the church had a situation where he was trying to help an old lady to the car, take her bags, open up her door, and she's like, nah, I can do all this myself, and da-da-da. And he's like, do I be polite? Do I open the door? It's like, so it's hard for men at this point to kind of, reach out a hand and actually help in certain areas. But I also know from the women's standpoint too as well that, there are some creepy men out here that they want to help you to the car to get your number, or they want
expectation. They got an expectation.
They got an expectation after they do something good, or they want to stalk you, or they want to get your license plate number, or you know what I'm saying? I kind of figure out both situations is kind of bad, but that's what the culture is right now. It's kind of confusing with what size or what. And I would say like commitment timelines. If you come to the table saying you gotta marry me in 3 years or 2 years, things in that nature, that's definitely a situation for singles nowadays. They come to the table saying stuff like that. And then not showing like vulnerability from men's side. Like a lot of men are just, hard stone. We're not gonna show emotion. We just here, you know what I'm saying? So that too as well from the men's side, that we gotta kind of show emotion and lighten up and show some laughter and show some tears and sadness and relate to the woman, you know what I mean? So that's definitely kind of what I had on my mind about that.
Right. Good, man. Yeah, because there's a lot of unrealistic and unreasonable expectations that both sides put on the other. Yeah, to that person.
Because they can never live up to it.
Oh! Geez.
And you knew that going into it.
Yes! And you decide, why do you think people settle? Why do you think people...
I think people settle out of fear.
Out of fear.
Whether or not they're afraid to lose the connection, the attachment, or the security, or whatever it is they get from that person, or they feel from that person. I feel like they fear losing out on that, or they fear just being, I guess, alone and single again. Maybe people have problem with being single.
A lot of people do.
But I do believe it's fear.
Yeah. However that fear shows up, it goes back to fear. Yeah. Am I asking something that's not even his character? Right? Expecting something that's not his character. And that's why you take your time at the beginning so you can see, is this even his character? I don't want to expect something from somebody, him nor her, and that's not even their character. Now I'm frustrating myself, I'm frustrating them, because I'm expecting something that I never even seen. Does it exist or not? Why am I getting upset that Walmart don't have filet mignon, well, like that, or whatever, no, we don't. No, why? Don't be cussing and fussing that we don't have it. That's not here.
Yeah.
We don't sell that here, Yeah, so it's important when you're taking the time at the beginning that you're able to inspect, and before you expect.
Right. Oh, that's good. That's so good. It's so
Because,
good.
man, come on. You gotta take time to inspect before you begin to expect. All right.